Hejsa. Today I'm having a look at all the hexagons I've been making over the past few months. It's actually going a lot better than I was expecting. I thought I was going to need at least 3,000 hexagons to make a quilt the size that I want to make. But I found a website where you can put in the dimensions you want and the size of your hexagons, and it will calculate how many you need. And I think depending on what size I settle on, I'm going to need about 2,200 or 2,500, which is still a lot. But I have actually just yesterday, as I'm filming this, passed the 1,000 hexagon, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I thought it was going to take a lot longer to make all these hexagons, so I'm really pleased with how it's going. I had set myself a goal that I would make 10 a day, so roughly 300 per month. But a few weeks ago, because it was going so well, I thought, oh, I'll just downgrade my goals to making about 200 a month, because I quite like making them, so I'm not in a hurry to finish the quilt. But even with my lower monthly goal, I've still passed 300 in January, so that's pretty good. And I actually think that I've got more than the 1,000 that I have logged in my fancy spreadsheet on my phone. So I need to at some point count them all. But for now I'm just making a few every day. Usually I go upstairs to bed a bit before my husband, but I don't actually go to bed. I go and sit in our spare bedroom where there's a TV, and then I watch something on YouTube or a documentary or something while I make some hexagons, which is a nice way to wind down the day. And I'm just sitting there and watching something. I'm just letting my hands do what they're doing, and all of a sudden I've made 10, 12 hexagons. So that's great. My goal was to finish making the hexagons at some point this year, which I definitely will. I'll probably be done in the summer if I keep up the same number of hexagons I have been making. And then next year I would sew it together. But I guess I will start sewing it together this year, which is great. Because while I'm not in a hurry to finish it, it would be nice to finish it soon-ish. But considering that I started making this in 2013, it's fine if it takes a bit longer. So these are the hexagons I made so far. There may be a few somewhere else, but over 1,000. And I've got something like 120 different prints, which is kind of mad. So these are all fabric designs by the same designer called Denise Smith. So when I sit and work on the hexagons in the evening, I have this little pouch, also made from hexagons. I have my scissors, and then I have fabrics, and I've got my hexagon templates, which I just cut out from a magazine. So sometimes you get really funny, or not funny, but interesting combinations between what the fabric is and what's on the back. Like this one. I quite like that with the green and the pink. It's one of my favorite color combinations. And this one is quite cool as well with the turquoise blue. So I have a big bag of fabrics that I cut all at once. And then whenever I finish a bunch of these, I go and grab some more. And I usually just grab a couple or 3 of each print at a time, because I think if I did all the, let's say these yellow ones here, all of the ones that I cut of this color or this print, then it would just get boring, and then I probably wouldn't be doing as well as I am with making them. So by using different ones, it keeps it interesting. And then there's like, oh yeah, I really like this green one, or this green one, and then there's blue one, another blue one, and another green one. There's quite a lot of green ones because I really like green. So because I do have to make so many, which I try not to think about when I'm working on them, I'm just focusing on making 5 to 10 every day. Sometimes it turns out to be more. Yesterday I made, I think, 20, so that was a pretty good day. And I haven't got fed up with making them yet. I'm actually quite looking forward to it every day, working on them. So now that I've got them all stacked up like this, I can see which prints and which colors that I have a lot of, and where I'm sort of maybe missing some colors. So for example, I haven't got a lot of purple, so I want to see if maybe I can find some purple of her fabric somewhere. I don't think it's a color she uses a whole lot, so maybe that's another reason why I haven't got a lot of them. But it's a funny thing seeing the fabrics, how they've sort of changed. They're all very sort of vintage inspired, but some of them are more sort of 1930s inspired, and then there are some that are more sort of 60s and 70s inspired. But I think they all go really well together, despite the fact that they've been made over a period of years. So I'm hoping that I can find some more of the older prints, but obviously that's difficult. Fabric shops don't tend to keep lines from 10 years ago, so we'll see. I'll just have to make do with what I can get. So I have been thinking about how I'm going to put them together. Maybe I'll have a little test of that right now. So I'm just going to clear this sort of off the table and then I can have a little play. Alright, so I've got a bunch of my hexagons here. I think I've got one on each print. So one thing that is quite useful is that a lot of the prints are fairly small scale, but some of them are also big ones, which means that they're only sort of partially visible on each hexagon, which means that, for example, this one, although the background of this fabric is actually turquoise aqua blue, on this one it's mainly white. This one is mainly the turquoise, and this one is sort of half and half. And there's a few prints that are like that. Like this one, for example, the background is pink, but then you have the yellow or white flowers, and you've got some grey leaves, and the same sort of thing here, which is really useful because that means they can sort of blend between colours. So what I want to do is, I think some people call it a colour wash. So you basically start with something, let's go with these ones, and then you build onto it. So now I've got a yellow there. Maybe I'll take that yellow, and this one can go here, so that the colours sort of relate to each other. They don't have to be exactly the same, I don't think. That one can go here. What about this one? Put that there maybe. And then now I've got some yellow, so we can add some more yellow. Maybe we can find something. So this one, because it has both the yellow and the white, so that could go here. And then maybe we can add some sort of warm yellow here. And then that can build onto, maybe that's too orange. What about that one? So you keep adding different hexagons, and maybe you don't get the right color at once, but that's okay. What have we got here? So this one could go here. I think this is a better one here. Now we can add that one, and maybe this one. because it sort of picks up the yellow and pink, and I think that looks okay. Put that one there. So you're basically just playing with the different prints and colors to see what you can add. And it doesn't have to be perfect. What can we add here? That one maybe? I did a little test of this as well the other day, and it's just really enjoyable to sit and play with the different colors and see how they all go together. Maybe that one can go there, although it's quite close to that one, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So now I really want to get some red in there. Maybe this one. And then we can add that one. But because this is a sort of free form way of doing it, it can be a little bit difficult, because what do you do when the colors sort of merge together and maybe they will clash? So that's a little bit tricky. Don't know if I have any more red. That doesn't go there. Maybe it will go there. Could that one go there maybe? I'm not sure. Let's see what we have. Pink maybe? Maybe that one is better. And you can always sort of leave it and come back to it if you can't quite get it to line up. But I really enjoy this. It's really fun. And I try not to think about too much which colors go where. I think it's good to be very sort of intuitive about it and just pick what seems right. Now obviously I've only pulled out a few of each print, and it might work if I'd had more of one or something that I could add, but it's fine. So now this is all sort of red and orange. Maybe I'll start moving towards something yellow over here again. Or maybe down here, so if I move this up a little bit. Maybe down here I could start adding some green. So this one, I don't know if you can even see that. These two, that's quite a big jump. But maybe it's okay. Maybe it will work anyway. Maybe it's nice that there are spots where the colors don't sort of match up. Maybe that's okay. But that's something I have to sort of find out as I'm working on it. Right, well, there's no point in really carrying on with this since I'm nowhere near getting ready to sew anything together. But I think you get the idea of how this will hopefully work. That one color leads to the other, and then it leads to another one and another one. And maybe it's okay if there are some that sort of clash a little bit. Maybe that will help to keep it not too nice. I don't know, what do you think? But of course, first I have another 1,000 and then some hexagons to make, which I'm still looking forward to. But I'm also really looking forward to the stage when I can start playing with this for real and start putting the whole thing together. But of course that's at least several months away. But it's gonna be so much fun. And I really love working with all these different prints and colors. I did think about maybe just adding them just completely randomly, but I think the sort of color wash will help things, keep things sort of calm but still lively and interesting to look at. Right, I think I'll tidy up all my hexagons for now. I think I'm gonna need a bigger box for them because they've already grown out of the 2 large cookie tins I've been using for them. So I hope you enjoyed this little update on my hexagons. I really can't tell how great it's been that I sort of know that there are other people who know about this project, and I sort of feel like I want to update you about it, and that of course means I have to keep making some hexagons. So thank you for keeping me accountable. So I'll update you on my progress at some point, maybe in a couple months, and we'll see how it's going then. maybe by then I'll be close to 2,000 hexagons. So if you don't want to miss that, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like if you liked it. I hope you have a great day and happy stitching.